The next phase is right around the corner, and our teams today want to end this chapter of their campaigns on a positive note. But no matter how far the horizon, our teams can't look too far ahead. The stakes are always high right here in the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans. Welcome to day 31, the penultimate day of the PVL All-Filipino Conference preliminary round. Before we head to the next phase of the tournament, our teams here in the Field Sports Arena in Pasig City have some business to settle. First up, the Creamline Cool Smashers, looking to pick up the pieces after the end of their winning streak as they take on the Galeries Tower Highrisers. And for our 6:30 p.m. game, we have the next Dead Chameleons going against the Petrogas Angels. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be, especially to everyone catching us on the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. We're also live on One Sports Channel 6 and One Sports Plus Channel 261. Alexis Tinsay here at your service. And with me is, my beautiful partner, Mela Tunay, long time. But first, Jana Hita, my dashing courtside reporter. I wanted to ask you how things are going here in the sidelines.
Day 31 na pala of the tournament, and I had my brain rot moment. I was like, 31 days, we had a whole month of volleyball every day.
Exactly.
That's how long this is, but our teams, last day of prelims, let's go!
Alam mo, nakaka-excite kasi malapit na ang qualifying round. And with that, also, moving over to my beautiful partner, long time, Mela.
Yes.
How are you? And also, how are the standings?
Yes, okay naman. And ito nga mga ka-batchmates ko ang ating panel. But yeah, going back to our standings, like you guys mentioned, 31 game days na ang nagdaan. But here in the standings, makikita rin natin na extremes yung maghaharap today, talking about the Creamline Cool Smashers. Number 1 at 9-1 in terms of win-loss, going up against number 10, Galeries Tower Highrisers at 1-9. But good to know that both these teams, crucial yung kanilang game today dahil galing sila sa talo pareho just last Saturday at the Inares Antipolo. Of course, a much heartbreaking loss for the Creamline Cool Smashers after dropping a 5-setter match against the PLDT high-speed hitters. But right now, titingnan natin sino yung mas makaka-pick up dahil for Creamline, after a win today, they are secured at the top spot and pupunta na sila ng quarterfinals. And ito naman ang makakaharap nila yung number 12 natin sa standings. For the Galeries Tower Highrisers, hihintayin pa natin kung sino ang kanilang makakaharap on the next round.
Exactly. You know what? Going back to what you said, the grueling 5-setter loss of the Creamline Cool Smashers, one Cool Smasher rose above the challenge and blasted 23 points. Let's talk about the altitude era of Bernadette Pons.
That's right. Who else than MV Pons, no? Ito nga si Pons, shown so bright against the PLDT high-speed hitters. She kept her cool and maintained her consistency throughout that match. Alam naman natin, she's an all-around player. Imagine 23 big points going up against, the towers, the big blockers of the
Exactly.
PLDT high-speed hitters. But on top of that, meron pa siyang 9 digs and 12 receptions. Much needed in that game. Although she had some support, I believe in that game, it also just boiled down na din sa momentum and breaks of the game. But nonetheless, kita natin, Bernadette Pons really led the pack in terms of scoring.
Tama ka dyan, Mela. And we were talking about the offensive presence of Bernadette Pons. Pag-usapan naman natin, strong net defense. Let's talk about Bea De Leon with her 11 points and 5 blocks.
Well, definitely shown bright also was Bea De Leon in that match. Lalo na nabanggit natin yung mga towers doon sa PLDT high-speed hitters. It was such a reminiscent moment to watch Majoy Baron and Bea De Leon facing off at the net. It was such a showdown between the two of them. 15 points for Majoy, 11 points for BDL. But imagine 5 blocks of the team's 17 blocks in total came from this lady on your screens. And nakakatuwa lang makita talaga na she's maximizing her potential
Exactly.
and connecting very well with her setter Kyle Negrito and the rest of the team.
And you can see her shining in her pink jersey. Yun ang sinabi niya nga sa akin. At first, she wanted to have fun. Pero nakita niya kasi na talagang yung teammates niya, they believe in her. And I know, si Jana nakausap din si BDL, di ba?
Yes, I can't wait to share how my conversation with Bea De Leon went earlier. I'm gonna report about her later. But I also talked with the man at the helm for the Creamline Cool Smashers, Coach Sherwin Meneses, who's been having a busy days since UAAP. He was telling me he has a busy work day, 2 to 3 hours with NU in the morning, and the rest of his day here with us at the Phil Sports Arena. Well, of course, but the meat of my conversation with Coach Sherwin was about that PLDT loss.
Oo,
Creamline, they're so used to winning, but they're also used to absorbing these losses. He tells me that, yeah, sure, it's a big deal that the undefeated streak is gone. It was a really long streak for them, also since last year. But you know what? They move on. We focus to a next game. And he even tells me at least may time pa kami para mag-focus for this game. Ano? So that kind of mindset, something new. But he tells me we move on and we focus.
Moving on and focus na agad. Yan ang champion mindset
Yes.
ng Creamline. Now, moving over to the other side of the court, syempre meron din tayong talagang iron wall of defense dito. Talk about the team captain of Galeries Tower Highrisers with Liza Eroa, 43.5% reception.
Definitely. Etong si Alyssa Rowe, you mentioned about the champion mindset of Creamline. Ito naman si Lai Eroa. She's not far from that mindset. Actually, she's one of our most decorated liberos. Definitely a top libero in the country. And against Petrogas, tough loss for them. Pero isa siya talaga sa mga highlights in that game. 15 digs and 10 receptions, 43.5% reception efficiency. And in fact, wala siya sa ating top 10 best receivers kasi kitang-kita naman na kapag siya yung tina-target, almost free ball na yung dating sa setter. So, that's the respect na talagang she gains from her colleagues and mga opponents. But I guess today, ang iintayin natin is yung conversion from all the magandang defense nitong ni Alyssa Eroa.
And also, another person to talk about dito sa Galleries is not just the towering defense of their team captain, pero syempre, itong ating number 2 rookie draft. We have Julia Coronel here and talagang kita mo, meron siyang 11 excellent sets and she's the playmaker to watch out for dito sa PVL.
Oh, definitely. She's so Julia. Sabi nga dito sa graphics natin kasi she can do a lot. She can do a lot of things and in some games nila previously in the past conferences, she would even play setter spiker, diba? So right now, hindi pa natin yan ulit nakikita but we know what to expect from this national team player as well in Julia Coronel. So today, I guess her leadership is much needed because for both the Creamline and the Galeries Tower Highrisers, ito na yung last game nila of the LMs.
And for exactly yung sinabi mo nga, I can't wait to see more of her kasi kita mo na slowly but surely, nag-shine siya dito sa Galleries. Di ba, Jana?
Yes, exactly. And you know what? I was also covering the game of Galleries last time when Julia Cornell was at the starting setter. And it was also in that game that I had this conversation with Coach Lerma Herona. It was against Petrogas and today against Creamline. And then this time naman, she told me na it's tough preparing them for these heavyweight teams. Na yung nakakalaban pala talaga nila here in the last part of our preliminaries are the teams at the top of the standings. Even Coach Lerma added na, siguro we're even gonna face Signal in the qualifying rounds. They are looking ahead. But what I really took from my conversation from her was that she's still surprised over how receptive her players have been. They're taking that challenge 1, 2, 3 in the standings. Let's go. She tells me gusto talaga nilang lumaban. And as a coach, she's also motivated to do that. Well, you know what? Today, Galleries, Creamline, exciting match. But we'll leave this Filipinas Live poll question of the day for you to decide. Because we are asking which setter will orchestrate a win for her team. Will it be Kyle Negrito of the Creamline Cool Smashers or will it be Julia Cornell of the Galeries Tower Highrisers?
And with that, the game will start in a few. Don't go away. When we return, we'll have a first serve by Julia Coronel. We'll be back here on the Filipinas Live app.
Serve.
Oh my gosh! Ba't ganyan itsura ko?
Okay, this was back in CSA. I think this is grade 8. I was wearing Mueller tape to strengthen our fingers. Tapos sabi ni Coach Vita, lahat ng setters na dumaan sa kanya, nag-gantong tape. Feeling ko si Ate Gia din. So, highly recommended. During this time, medyo malabo yung mata ko. Tapos parang nagtataka si ko, like, why aren't you setting well? Sabi niya, baka kasi sa eyesight mo yan. So she was like, di ba nagka-glasses ka? Ever since then, she made me wear glasses during training. Kasi ayokong mag-contact. Like, I was so scared of putting contacts kasi I heard it was painful. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I survived. Never in a million years did I think na I would actually be playing with the people I'm playing with right now or the people I played with, especially in the national team. I think back then, I think mindset ko lang na I'd be finishing up until high school. Kasi I didn't know if I could make it to collegiate volleyball. If this younger self of mine would see me today, I think she'd be very proud and surprised that she made it this far. Probably if she knew that she'd be reaching this point, she would probably be doing a lot more because I feel that I could have done a lot more in the past. Despite everything that goes on behind the scenes, I don't think I could ever imagine myself without playing volleyball. Younger Juju, tanggalin mo na yung glasses mo, hindi mo kakailanganin. Hindi ako nag-glasses ngayon, so tanggalin mo na yan. It's not giving. I keep striving. Kasi I remember during this time, I was at a point when I was questioning if volleyball was for me. But, you know, we're here now, so just keep going.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Full Sports Arena in Pasig and the 2025 season All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. We are now in the second to the last day of our preliminary round, and we have two matches lined up for you. For the first of these two matches, match number 63, let us welcome currently top-ranked on the preliminaries, our Creamline Cool Smashers, and their challengers, our Galeries Tower Highrisers. Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Angelo Pao, ABC International Referee Candidate. Second referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus, National Referee. Let us welcome our starting lineup from our Creamline Cool Smashers. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 2, Alyssa Valdez. At number 1, Kyle Angela Negrito. Wearing jersey number 6, Jeanette Panaga. At number 14, Isabel Beatriz De Leon. Number 18, Diana May Carlos. And number 23, Jessica Margaret Galanza. Starting libero is number 11, Kyla Liana Atienza. Head coach, Mr. Sherwin Meneses. Calling on our Galeries Tower Highrisers. Let's begin with jersey number 3, Isabel Jane Jimenez. At number 12, Rosel Baliton. Wearing jersey number 14, Andrea Marzan. At number 17, Fenella Emnas. Number 23, Roma Joy Dormal. And number 25, Joanna Maraginot. Starting libero is their team captain, number 16, Alyssa Eroa. Head coach, Miss Lerma Hiron. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board.
All-Filipino Conference. On your screens, the starters of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Similar lineup we have here: Panaga de Leon, Carlos Negrito, Valdez Galanza, and Atienza. And on the other side of the court, the Galeries Tower Highrisers, we have Baliton, Marzan, Jimenez, Emnas, Doromal, Maraginot, and Eroa. So instead of Julia Coronel, the setter and the playmaker is Fen and Nas.
See the Creamline Cool Smashers starting strong with the veterans. And kanina our highlighted player, Bernadette Pons, of course, will share the playing minutes with equally star players in Tots Carlos and Gemma Galanza.
Ganda ng serve doon ni Emnas. Jimenez. Negrito to Galanza for the first point. And that's it for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Gemma Galanza towering above her very tall blocker in Cel Baliton. And a lot of fans, of course, cheering on Gemma as she fairly struggled in that match against PLDT. Lalo na at syempre, sila din yung usual starters. Talagang aral na aral din sila ng PLDT. Pero dito, the top scorer for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, Isa Jimenez, flying and scoring to tie this match.
Isa sa mga maiinit na kamay ng Galeries Tower Highrisers, Isa Jimenez on deck, ready to serve. Tots Carlos. And that sails too powerful. That is a free point, back-to-back points here for pero mukhang a challenge.
Early challenge supposedly called by Coach Sherwin pero may aamin mula sa blockers ng Highrisers. Tots Carlos will score off that point. Great idea to target the end line because yung pattern ng Galeries nakita mo compressed halos in the middle part of the court eh.
Alam mo kaya excited ako to cover with you today, Melay. Alamin ng fans, may Volleyball 101 tayo dito.
Yes. Goes back to that 2021 conference.
Na meron tayong pa-lesson.
Yes.
Pangs Panaga also here. Chance here for the Creamline. Ay.
That was actually a miscommunication between three players. Emnas not knowing who to set to. Dapat kay Jimenez yon, but she was at the wrong side of the court. Kaya nalito rin itong si Eroa, resulting to that error.
And a bit of a miscue here. The early on in the set. And talking about errors, dito din bigayan ng puntos on the side of Creamline.
Definitely a slow start for both teams. And again, to those of you who just tuned in, dalawang teams na to galing sa talo last weekend. Galeries losing to Petrogas in straight sets. Meanwhile, the Creamline Cool Smashers losing against the PLDT high-speed hitters in 5.
Eliza. Smart tip over there for Andrea Marzan, but now we have a story to tell. Jana Hito, what do you have for us, Jana?
Hey, Alexis and Mela, why not some stat check to kick off set number 1 with a report? Because what I found out was how the Creamline Cool Smashers are the best serving team in the league, and their best server, Gemma Galanza. Interestingly enough, Gemma is also one of the best receivers in the league. And what I got today was how much the team does value and emphasize skills training even until now. Behind all those championships and wins, it doesn't matter if they're busy improving and going back to the basics, hanggang may patuloy na pagtutulong nga raw. So count on the team to see a couple aces, excellent receptions here in this match today, Alexis and Mela.
Thank you very much for that wonderful report, Jana, on Gemma Galanza. Ball continues here. Valdez will attempt, and she gets that.
Vintage Eliza Valdez, just as efficient as ever, going down the line. And itong si Fen Emnas, medyo nakapasok yung depensa. And speaking of Emnas, actually, pinapansin ko yung atake nila here on the side of Galeries Tower Highrisers. Hindi sila maka-atake ng maayos kasi clearly merong struggle on the setting part. Let's see if they get to pick up their game.
Maraginot. Grabe, yung angulo ni Eliza Valdez there. Panligan ng puntos here for the Creamline Cool Smashers, now up by 4.
Eliza, kala mo nagdi-billiards eh. Almost all the corners. First it was down the line and now a sharp cross court. And good to see her, no, talagang making the most out of her minutes. She actually started so well against PLDT. What a loaded serve by Tots.
And talk about here the crucial errors din na nagagawa ng Galeries Tower. And here we have a technical timeout in favor of Creamline. We'll be back here after the break.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Back here inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. We are here for the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. If you just tuned in, it's just set 1 here. You're pretty early here with the Creamline Cool Smashers going against the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Creamline looking to maintain pole position before entering the qualification round. Galeries naman on the other end are on a big losing streak but can control their qualification round matchup depending sa resulta today. And syempre, ace tayo dito from Dots Carlos on the side of Creamline.
A lot of volleyball fans miss seeing Tots inside the court. Right now, they're actually managing the playing minutes among the, of course, the very talented hitters in Eliza, Pons, Gemma, even MG.
Not to mention Bangs Panaga also.
That's for sure dahil nga, of course, a star-studded team. But we lost Tots Carlos to some injuries in other conferences. Kaya ngayon pa lang natin siya nakikita ulit.
Ooh!
Oh. That was a good intention for Kyle Negrito. Parang dinasalan na lang ng Galeries na lumabas yun. But great saves from Alea Torres and Gemma Galanza.
Negrito to Valdez again. That sharp angle. Takes a second shot here in set number 1. Now they're up by 6.
Eliza Valdez never gets old.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Twisting in mid-air. And of course, there's a lot of power on that hit.
Ang aga-aga, nag-iinit si Lai dito sa court sa set number 1. Good attempt there by BDL. Another chance here, Galanza! Good save there by Jimenez. Oh, and that point deservedly goes to the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
A good eye by Fen Emnas. Ganda nung depensa doon ni Isa Jimenez. And tingnan mo yung blockers. Hindi sila sumunod doon sa bola. It was actually approaching their part of the court. And Fen Emnas took advantage of that to get that point.
And that's the crucial volleyball IQ they need here in order to get neck and neck with Creamline. Oh! Smart attempt there by Marazan. Does it again. She does it the second time around and gets it.
So the first one actually quite made me nervous dahil pa-sail out na yun. But Eliza was there to cover. But Andrea Marzan made sure she was gonna get it the second time around. And this early on, medyo nakikita natin yung mga crucial saves ng Creamline on defense. Oh! Bea De Leon catching Joanna Maraguinot at her defense.
Smoothly cruising for her first point here in set number 1.
Of course, a treat for the fans. They very much miss these college teammates, Bea and Jo.
Parang ako nanonood ng vintage ano dito. The classics are here. Unsavable there by Fenemnas.
And VDL getting 2 points from Joanna Maraguinot. Let's take a look at that again. Good target. And the floater at that. Tingnan mo yung bola ni VDL. Talagang mag-float. And,
Balikan dito kay Jo.
let's see if makakaisa pa. Better pass this time.
Good save there by Doromal. Ooh! Eddie Menez ends that with her second point of the game for set number 1.
I love seeing that development from Isa kasi before we would see her with higher sets given to her, but right now yung last niya na pinalo, pagkaset pa lang ni Fenemnas, nasa ere na siya waiting. That was the perfect C set and she converted well.
And I wanted to commend the connection here of Galeries Tower Highrisers with their 3 setters. Pero syempre, sasagot dito si Pangs Panaga.
Look at Pangs having only 1 blocker. He's actually timed that well, no? Nabantayan. Pero her hands from the replay, makikita mo napakalayo sa net.
Good serve. Jimenez. Sails too powerful. That point goes to the Creamline Cool Smashers.
She was quite under that ball, kaya nahirapan siya to keep that ball alive. And they are gonna call for a timeout here. Let's listen in.
Wala masyadong gigil. Out of system. Kung kayang paluin, hindi paluin. Pero huwag naman. Grabe naman. Then, two spikers lang dito. Gumalaw na si Panaga, running na siya. Ikaw nakaganyan, hindi ka man lang naglateral. Galawan nyo lang. Sundan nyo lang. Bawi ako. Ladies, ito isang na wala tayong pasa. Itaas nyo lang para kahit pa paano makapag-out of system attack tayo. Bawi ako. Galeries!
Alam mo, Mela, si Julia Coronel ngayon nagsabi na volleyball, it's a game of adaptability. Kahit may sistema ka dyan, kung mag-iiba yung kalaban mo, right on cue.
Lalo na ngayon sa pros, kasi makikita mo, no team, kahit nasa standings, no, in terms of numbers, layo-layo. Pero pag naglaro, makikita mo na lahat sila in-game nag-a-adjust. And it's very crucial because these professional teams and players, they're good thinking players eh. Talagang inaaral nila yung kalaban nila during the game. I mean, there's a separate preparation prior the game, which is also crucial. But if things change within the game, nananalo talaga yung mabilis mag-adjust.
Kasi kung wala naman sa viewing, lahat ng inaral mo.
Look at that. Ayan yung sinasabing adjustment. Kasi sa viewing, nakikita natin na ito si Gemma, pag combination play, lagi nakakalisot eh.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Ibang klaseng tore din dito, si Rosel Baliton.
Ganda ng abang niya doon. A single block against Creamline players aren't very easy to pull off.
Good save there by Jo Maraguinot. Gemma Galanza! And that saves that ball. Another chance here. Tots Carlos! Unsavable there for Liza Hero. That point goes to the Cool Smashers.
What a sequence by Kyle Negrito. Look at that. Pinapagalaw talaga yung mga blockers. Kaliwa kanan. And tingnan mo si Rosel Balito na iwan na lang sa gitna because it was from Gemma Galanza on the other side to Tots Carlos. on the other. Parang bomba from left and right. Itong finifeed ni Kyle Negrito.
Back set. Negrito to ball is kept in play. Valdez tries again. Eliza Heroa was there.
Ang ganda ng mga nagiging deflection dito ng blockers ng Galeries. Nahuhuli nila yung mga palo na yon. Pero yung conversion, again, I think it was too low for Rosel Baliton. But they're gonna check if that attempt hit the hands of the blockers.
First ever challenge natin dito for September 1. Meron ba ditong block touch? This is a chance for both teams to regroup, especially with the Galeries Tower Highrisers trailing behind the Cool Smashers.
And earlier nakita natin yung exchange, mabagal pa, puro errors pa. Pero ngayon bumibilis na ulit yung pace ng game nitong Creamline. And so this challenge is crucial. Mukhang meron. They really need to cut the momentum that Creamline had been forming. And this is a successful challenge. Sel Baliton. They will, I think the point will be replayed though, because it was in the middle of that rally when the call was called.
Chance for Rosel here to redeem. She gets that.
And this time, inikot na ni Fen M. Nash from back quick set kanina. They went for that B quick set para pagalawin nga yung blockers. That was the main intention. And they are down by 5 points right now.
Tots Carlos! Firing it away there.
A great connection between Tots and Kyle as we head to the technical timeout.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube.
SB Finance, ang BFF na malalapitan, nagagandahang PVL viewers here in the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. If you've just tuned in, you guys are early. Sabi dito, Valdez, pa-picture bago ka balik ng Australia. Ayun, babalik. Siyempre yung mga OFWs tayo dito na talagang dumadayo pa dito sa Phil Sports Arena para makita ang ating PVL teams. Thank you so much for the support, PVL fans. And also, if you're not here, thank you for watching us via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. We love to have volleyball weekends, volleyball weekdays. As we said kanina, it's already day 31 of the All-Filipino Conference. Back to the ball game here, Joe Maraginot. Kyle saves that ball, chance for Lai again, denied. That's Carlos Papalo.
That was a tough set. It was an offset. Daming ikot nun. And usually, dyan nag-struggle yung mga opposite hitters kapag malayo yung pinanggalingan ng set. Tapos, sobrang taas, madaming yung spin. But they still have a comfortable lead right now. 5-point lead. But they can't get too complacent going up against the Galeries Tower.
Galeries Tower Highrisers na marunong lumaban, especially for the crucial sets. Normal. Eliza Valdez with that sharp cross court.
You know, that's the vintage Eliza Valdez approach. Minsan magte-take off pa lang dati, lalo na mas yung nung peak Eliza pa talagang alam mong pupuntos na eh. And that's what I saw in that last attack. She really put a lot of effort and swing there on that last hit. And right now, we're gonna see more veterans on the court. MG replacing one of the smashers to guard the front line.
Sasagot dito ang Galeries Tower Highrisers. That sails to...
Oh, the ball is checked.
Well, Eliza contesting, there was no touch. So, I think tatawag sila ng challenge dito. Parang ang nangyari kasi doon, nag-bounce off sa white tape eh.
Oo.
But we're not sure if it hit whether the sleeves of Eliza or kaya hindi niya naramdaman. But she's so
Cool Smashers, Nomela. How do you think did they regroup after that grueling 5-setter loss to PLDT?
well, I think knowing their culture, of course, in a lot of interviews, lagi nila yung sinasabi na they acknowledge losses and that's what's good about them. They know how to win, but they know how to absorb losses like Jana mentioned nga earlier. So, I'm pretty sure isang usap lang, but the way they operate is they really put a lot of hard work doon sa kanilang training. More, injecting in more reps. As right now we take a look at this replay. So there wasn't any net fall to Eliza's point earlier. She's been telling the second referee and Coach Sherwin Meneses that successful challenge will be awarded to Creamline and the point as well will go to them kasi outside yung pinalo na yon ni Doromal. Oh, but there will be another challenge.
Magsasagutan dito. Counter challenge here on the side of Coach Lerma Giron.
Okay, so just to explain the scenario, if ball in man to, which I think in yung, ay hindi pala, foot fault ang challenge ni Coach Lerma because I think when Eliza landed, tumawid siya. We're just not sure if it's a valid foot fault kasi pag foot fault to our new volleyball fans, your full foot needs to cross over the center line.
Yes.
So tingnan natin kung tumawid ba. Minsan kasi sabi nila, bakit di ba foot fault yun? Nakatapak or nakalagpas?
Oo.
Pero kalahati lang eh. So dapat the whole foot crosses over the line. If not, that will be a valid Creamline point. And the players right now, dahil second round na to ng challenge, they are continuing to warm up inside the court.
They're posing also. They're posing for the fans who are here. A lot of happy fans here, both sides supporting both teams. Was there a center line fall? Take a look at this. Wala.
So labas niya siya ng sideline and
Another celebration here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Eliza Valdez, all smiles. Hindi niya nahawakan, hindi din niya natapakan.
well, the players also having some exchanges dito sa mid-court. Dahil lahat naman sila hindi alam, hindi rin nila nakikita minsan.
Exactly. Okay, jump serve. Jo Maraginot.
Oh, but Ayi, gotta watch that Eroa pass. Kaya nga sabi natin on top of the coverage, iniiwas talaga yung serve sa kanya. Dahil pag sa kanya, saktong-sakto eh. It was a perfect delivery to Fenem Nas that resulted also to that good attack by Jo Maraginot.
Alam mo, usually sa team, merong iniiwasang spiker. Sa Galeries Tower Highrisers, may iniiwasang libero. Combi play there. Unsavable again for Eliza Eroa because of that sharp hit by Eliza Valdez.
From one Eliza to another. Look at that, avoiding the blockers. There was a big opening for Eliza. Actually, kahit kinross court niya yun, no, talagang lulusot at lulusot dahil malayo yung gap ng mga blockers. Hindi na nakakahabol yung middle blocker ng Galleries. And we are gonna see Ronquillo inside the court, as well as Julia Coronel. So that's a double sub for Coach Lerma. Ooh, sharp serve.
And kung hindi nyo na napansin, Torres is seeing first-time action here inside the court on the side of the Creamline Cool Smashers. 22-year-old from Roque University.
Look at this Gemma Galanza attack, making sure she hits it above the hands of the blockers. That's how crafty she is. She wouldn't mind if it's not the strongest attack. Basta, she hits it smart.
Talk about court sense there by Gemma Galanza. At ang ganda ng angulo doon ni Jo, but the ball is kept in play. Now France will pass it to the Cool Smashers. Chance here for MG. Coronel was there. Now for France, Ronquillo, denied there.
France Ronquillo, she knows na she's gonna go up against tough blockers and Bea de Leon, and lalo na pagka sumara pa si Gemma Galanza dyan. And look at her hitting it off the block instead. And Ronquillo also one of the higher, like the top efficient attacker from the Galleries. He's the second top scorer, in fact, for the team. But this time,
Smart tip there by BDL.
Bea Del, we haven't seen much points from her after a couple of rotations. Pero kanina nakadalawa yan kay Jo Maraginot, and this time, third point here in this set as we see Rose Vargas also entering the match.
BDL, 11 points last game against BLTT. On deck, ready to serve. Jo answers. Isa Jimenez. Bangs Panaga says no to Isa there.
And that was a bit too low for Isa Jimenez. Lalo na ang blocker mo, Panaga and Bumabaw. Talagang you need to be crafty in making those sets para makalusot sa mga towers na yan.
Now we have a timeout called by Coach Lerma Heron. Let's listen in.
Establish ka lang muna. Bawi tayo, pasa. Ano, tubig? Diyan? Sabihin mo. Yes, sir. Paikot tayo. Sir? Go, bawi tayo. Galeries! Burn! Sabi.
Galeries Tower Highrisers trailing by 9. Coach Lerma Geron not looking satisfied here with the performance of the Highrisers, because compared to their last game against Petrogas, they had a neck and neck, a very tight set there for their set number 1. Umabot sila ng 18 points there against Petrogas last game. Coronel is now here inside the court replacing Fenem Nas. Ball is checked there. First point for Rose Vargas here on the side of Creamline Cool Smashers.
Ganda ng hatid kay Rose Vargas and making the most out of every minute, of course. Dahil it's so tough to get playing minutes right now for Creamline. Imagine these superstars all in one team.
Exactly. It's a good day for Creamline Cool Smashers. We see Bea Bonafe inside the court as well here for the Ice Cream Girls.
Maraginot reading that serve. Very na pa siya tina-target dyan ni BDL. You see another Highriser on the floor right now. Carly Hernandez on the deck to serve.
Carlota Hernandez from Santa Rosa, Laguna on deck. And that's a free point to the Creamline Cool Smashers. A very crucial point at that, as they are now at set point.
It is a 10-point deficit here. A lot of points to catch for the Highrisers.
10-point advantage. Isa Jimenez. Another chance again for Isa. MG was there. Will Creamline seal the deal? Not yet.
Rose Vargas going all out, all power on that last attack. Tinapos lang ng wrist action doon or follow through. But ang ganda ng timing niya dun sa offset ni Valdez. Malayo yung pinanggalingan ng set na yun.
Ronquillo.
This time around, it is the Galeries Tower Highrisers who will give the first set to Creamline via that service error.
And a crucial point at that, the Creamline Cool Smashers up by 11 here. Claiming set number 1. Take a look at the score, 25-15. We'll be back here on the Filipinas Live app.
Player highlights, we got you.
Back inside here in the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, the Creamline Cool Smashers totally dominated over the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Up by 10 here for set number 1. If you've just tuned in, it's day 31 of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Let's take a look at the set 1 highlights.
Well, nakita naman natin at the start, again, medyo naging mabagal yung pace for both teams. Exchange of errors here and there, but bago umabot ng 10 itong puntos ng Creamline, everyone just looked like they stepped on the gas pedal altogether. Nasabay-sabay umangat yung kanilang yung speed ng game, yung overall game nila. At itong Galeries Tower Highrisers, they pulled off a couple of second stringers to see sino ba yung pwedeng mag-spark ng energy out from the team. Pero so far, wala. Hindi sila nakadikit doon sa momentum that was built by Creamline. And let's take a look at the numbers. 14 attack points and a lot of that coming from Alaysa Valdez, and 9 points lamang mula sa Galeries Tower Highrisers, and even the aces. Now we got a couple of aces from the likes of sila Bea De Leon, and for Creamline it was a calmer set for them dahil 5 lang yung napakawalan na ng errors for Galeries. On the other hand, they helped Creamline on top of the points that they've already produced. Nagbigay pa sila ng 8 libreng puntos para sa Cool Smashers.
Exactly. Here on your screens, a fan. Nagpapapicture kay live bago siya bumalik ng Australia. Thank you very much for coming down here to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. It's a great weekday here for volleyball for the PVL fans. And like what we said for the Creamline fans, no, nandito ang ating mga players, young at heart here. We have Alea Torres in action for the Creamline Cool Smashers. We also have Kyle Negrito ready on deck to serve.
And that first set, 5 points already from Valdez, 4 from Carlos. At dito naman sa Galeries, Isa Jimenez scored 3 points earlier, but this time, itong si Rosel Baliton will start things off for the Highrisers.
Isa Jimenez. Tots Carlos. Smart tip there. Balikan ng puntos here for Rosel Baliton. All smiles here for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Take a look at this replay.
This is the first time na nakalamang ng 2 points. Galeries over the Creamline Cool Smashers. They need to capitalize on this. Dahil one thing that we know from the Galeries, may mga ilang 5-setter din to even in other conferences. So pag gising sila, gising talaga sila.
Oh! At hindi na balikan ng puntos. Tatlo! 3-0 run here for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, courtesy of Rosel Baliton. This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
And echoing that sentiment, pag gising ang Highrisers, gising talaga sila because these 3 points hindi galing sa error eh. Ito pa lang. Ito pa lang ang free point nila from Creamline here in the second set. But the 3 points that they produced earlier, it was their own efforts eh.
Exactly. At pag nag-init nga ang Galeries, mainit talaga sila. I covered their last game against Petrogas. Neck and neck too with the veterans.
Ooh, but this time,
Talking about that error.
an error on the service line. And we're seeing itong si Roncilio. Siya magsa-start for the second set. She scored
good save there.
She scored 1 point in set number 1. Pero this time, good intention eh, to go deep cross. Pero kulang ng rest action. Tots Carlos basang-basa. Yumuko na lang to let that ball sail out.
Gemma Galanza. And Joe Maraguino targets the donut hole. Now we have another story to tell from Jana Ihiro. Go ahead, Jana.
With the amount of action the Galeries Tower Highrisers has seen throughout this conference, I got to ask Coach Lerma Hiron on which player surprised her the most. And without hesitation, she simply says, si Sabel, referring to Isa Jimenez. The thing with Isa is that she knows she's being scouted intensely, yet she's still able to create these new chances and contributions to the team that she's remained such a constant bright spot for them. 2 games ago against Nextled, an in-game adjustment required her to play as an outside hitter, and she adjusted perfectly. Well, we've seen some points from her back in set 1. Let's see what adjustment Galeries are gonna make, and of course, Isa's performance. Your thoughts on that, Alexis and Mela?
Thank you very much for that wonderful report, Jana. Isa Jimenez going opposite on their game against Nextled. Outside rather, as she's an opposite hitter right now. Talk about versatility, talk about that in-game adjustment. Yan ang kailangan ni Coach Lerma Giron.
Actually, baliktad. She is an open hitter now, pero her original possession from her collegiate years, opposite. Pero Coach Lerma, minsan depende rin sa kalaban eh. Pinag-shift niya yan.
Franz Ronquillo, one of the head stringers here for Galeries Tower Highrisers. As you can see here, the Galeries Tower Highrisers were up by 4, now up by 3, courtesy of Tots Carlos. Lea Torres again, back here inside the court.
Tots Carlos finding that donut hole. And syempre, expected yung defense ng Galeries atras talaga kasi walang nag-attempt mag-block kay Tots. But this time, and checking that straight to the net.
And we have here, for the first time ever, the Galeries Tower Highrisers up here by 4 in advantage for the technical timeout. We'll be back here after the break.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Back inside here, the Field Sports Arena in Pasig City. Welcome to day 31 of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. If you guys don't know, this is the penultimate or the final day of our preliminary round. Hi, BDL Papik, please. Shout out to Familia. There we have our beautiful Creamline Cool Smasher fans.
Mukhang nabasa na ni BDL yun on our LED screen.
Back here, as you can see, for the first time ever, the Galeries Tower Highrisers are in advantage and they are up by 4 here. Pero libreng puntos yun ni Joe Maragino at sa Creamline Cool Smashers. Now they're just up by 3.
Dito kailangan mag-alaga ng errors ng Galleries because
They
itong Creamline, they can make streak of points eh.
Exactly. And they can bank on the freebies na binibigay ng Creamline, not the other way around.
But right now, it is a streak of errors from the Cool Smashers, not puntos. So, ito yung chance for the Galeries Tower Highrisers to capitalize on this yet another slow start from the Cool Smashers. And look at that! The errors have been piling up on the side of Creamline. No contest there from BDL. She knew she touched the net.
Coach Sherwin Meneses looking a bit unsatisfied on the side of Creamline Cool Smashers as they are now trailing by 5. A similar image, but the other way around for set number 1. But Bea De Leon stops the bleeding here for the Creamline Cool Smashers, getting that point from the middle.
And this is what you want from your setter, yung pababawiin ka agad. Lalo na, hiikot na si Bea to serve right now. So she needed to feed her that ball and her confidence back.
Let's see where PDL serve will go for this. And that's another free point.
Consistently finding Joanna Maragino at mukhang siya talaga yung target sa passing.
And like what you said, the Galeries Tower Highrisers should capitalize on this as they are still up by 5. Phantom Nas with 6 excellent sets here, ready to serve. Nagdito to Gemma. Denied. Chance for Tots Carlos. She finds that donut hole there.
And Tots Carlos showing us the mastery on Galleries defense. Kanina niya pa yan pinupuntahan, no? Yung donut hole na yan sa defense pattern ng Galeries Tower Highrisers. And the players just left in complete disbelief na nakakailan na yung pagka-drop doon ng bola.
Combi play. France gets that point for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Pag nag-init ang kamay ni France Ronquillo, iba rin ang mangyayari sa set.
Look at Ronquillo. She actually takes off right in front of us. And kanina ko pa nakikita na ang taas talaga ng contact niya sa bola. It's not the most explosive approach, but it's very efficient.
Ball is kept. At magkakaroon tayo dito ng challenge. Reaching beyond. pass called here by Coach Lerma Giron. This is our third challenge of the game, and we are here in set number 2.
I'm not sure if that was against Tots Carlos. But let's confirm with this reaching beyond the net challenge by Coach Lerma.
In this challenge, it's also not just a chance for the Galeries Tower Highrisers to regroup, but also for the Creamline Cool Smashers, who's trailing behind the Galeries Tower Highrisers here for set number 2. We see here on the side of Creamline, team captain, talking to her teammates. Regrouping, all smiles. Now here, Coach Lerma. Still talking to Rosel Baliton on the side of the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Again, the Galleries are on a big losing streak, but they can control their qualification round matchup, defending sa resulta today against the Creamline Cool Smashers.
For both these teams, ito na yung kanilang last game here in the eliminations. Let's review the format after this. Yung mga mananalo dyan sa qualification round will advance to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, yung mga matatalo naman, it's not goodbye yet for them. They will participate in a play-in tournament to earn a quarterfinal seat. So, it's high stakes eh. Kasi, syempre, you wanna be sure right away. Kasi, even if you're going up against teams na galing sa talo or mababa yung kanilang seeding, they can still potentially advance to the next round if maganda yung gising nila ng araw na yon. So the first thing you want is to just win right away in that qualification round. And for Creamline, they're expected to go up against the 12th seed of from our standings. And ito namang Galeries Tower Highrisers were waiting kung sino ba yung kanilang makakalaban based on other standings as well. As we take a look at this video replay. So siniset pa at naset na nung nahawakan ni Rosel Baliton. So
the challenge here is called unsuccessful on the side of Coach Lerma Giron.
I think the point
Wait! Si Sansa hindi siya atake. Hindi over yung bola. Wait. Sorry, wait. Ref, ang nangyari? Wait. Ref, wait. Sabi niya, si Ref, nag-set kasi siya, pinlock niya. So technically, inabot niya yung bola nung siniset. Hindi siya umatak.
Eliza just giving up on that conversation because and look at the frustration, no? Kasi clearly yung replay showed us na pataas inangat ni Kyle yung bola, not pa over sa kabila. And so this is a clear, frustrating scenario for Eliza to keep her composure and her cool, explaining what the whole arena just saw from that replay. But the referee's call is gonna stand.
Nag-overreach. Di ba? Tama. Kasi pagkasat ikaw, dinamaan niya.
Well, this thing could make or break Creamline right now. It could spark off a giggle out from them, this controversial call. So let's see.
Talk about that composure coming from the Creamline Cool Smashers. Let's see if they'll capitalize on that. That point goes to the Creamline Cool Smashers.
And ito na yung
take a look at that composure and grace. Ball continues. Galanza was there for France. Another attempt there by Tots. But Galeries was there. An out chance for Eliza to seal it. Denied. Another chance.
Right now, Eliza struggling to convert dahil yung mga nasiset sa kanya mababa na bitin, and it's easy for a tall blocker like Sel Baliton to guard that one. So they need to get even more creative with their sets because the Highrisers are doing so well since the first set, actually deflating and even getting kill blocks.
Now trailing by 6. Will they end the bleeding here? Tots Carlos will do it for them here.
Another instance where there were no blockers to guard Tots Carlos, and that's gonna be tough for Rosel Baliton to contain.
Bangs Panaga. Serving. Will that do it for Tots again? Chance here for Galeries Tower, France Ronquillo. Bang sets it up for Eliza.
And the
Good
streak,
attempt there, but can't make away.
the streak continues for Creamline. So yung sinasabi natin kaninang frustration from that call, nagkaroon ng scenario where Eliza had been, parang kasi sa mga coaches lagi sinasabi na mag-focus na lang. And minsan kasi those calls na di-distract din yung players
forward. But sometimes it not only breaks the momentum, it also breaks the focus. And again, for the first time here in the PVL, the Galeries Tower Highrisers are at an advantage. 16-9 will be back here at the technical timeout.
Bitin na kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Back inside here, the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. If you've just tuned in, it's a tension-filled set number 2 here at the PVL All-Filipino Conference. And we have a Cool Smasher fan here asking for a picture from the one and only Gemma Galanza. Let's take a look at these next couple of sets.
Parang ang dami nagpapapicture. I think PVL stands for Photo Booth Volleyball League. Parang lahat ng banners pa picture.
Ate Mels, pa nag-trending tayo mamaya sa Photo Booth Liga. And that's the fault there by the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
Tots Carlos, a highly efficient attacker that she is, getting another point, this time from the top libero and Eliza Eroa.
Tots Carlos, jump serve. Good serve there. Joe Maraginot gets that for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Still up and above. Now up by 7 points here. All smiles here for the Iron Claw.
Joe Maraginot. Ganda ng transition niya, no? Kasi consistently, she's being targeted by all the Creamline servers.
Since set number 1.
But she managed to score off that transition. Kyle Negrito this time getting crafty and going for the attack on the second touch. Take a look at that again. Perfect pass by Lai. And look at the defenders of Galeries caught off guard.
Indeed, crucial court sense there by Kyle Negrito. Good serve there. Isa Jimenez!
Ganda ng set na yun ni Penemnas. It was a perfect shoot set. And ito yung nabanggit kong development na nakita ko kay Isa Jimenez.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
And it takes so long to develop that connection. Kasi imagine tatansyahin ng setter na perfect ka ng nasa ere, yung peak niya yung tatargetin mo.
And a timeout will be called here by Coach Sherwin Meneses. A time to regroup under pressure here. Let's listen in.
Cross ka ng cross ayun si Pen ang nasa zone 1. Kinunin mo lang. Okay, tutulungan ka ba doon o si Bea atake dito? Kayo mag-usap kayo. Pagka gumanda, dito ang bigay. Hey, Creamline!
And as you can see, and as you heard, nandun yung tiwala ni Coach Sherwin Meneses sa Creamline Cool Smashers. They will talk it out here, talk about in-game adjustments by the veterans here for the Creamline Cool Smashers on how they will rise above this trail against the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Can they stop the bleeding here? Galanza. Joe answers back. Isa Jimenez again, denied.
Isa Jimenez may halong giggle to get past through the blockers. You take a look at this replay. Ganda ng approach, ganda ng backswing, but she hit that na mababa na yung contact niya sa bola eh.
BDL. Answered again by Joe. Smart attempt there by Baliton. Sasagot ulit si Isa. Banks was there. And nasta Isa again. Another chance here. And that's an honest mistake by Joe Maraginot.
Medyo masyadong madulas yung bola na yon. And ito namang Galeries Tower ang tatawag ng timeout to secure their lead.
Meron ngayon? Check. Meron ba yan, kuya? Check. Check. Opo.
Still up by 6. A different side of the Galeries Tower Highrisers here. Dominant over the Creamline Cool Smashers. Also capitalizing on the errors of the other side of the court. We have here the Galeries Towers up by 6 points. BDL serving. If you've just tuned in, Rosel Baliton has now scored 8 points already. And Isa Jimenez, on the other hand, with 5.
Good timeout by Coach Lerma. Medyo struggle yung kanyang players to convert the few sequences prior this point. And quickly, she called for that time and ang ganda na naging response dyan ni Isa Jimenez and go. Combination play! And this is exactly what they need because Baliton had been having a block party against the attackers of Creamline. And tingnan mo naman yung ipet ni Kyle Negrito. And the blockers talagang napakagat doon sa kanilang middle.
And I feel like that's a point that significantly can boost the Creamline Cool Smashers here. But let's take a look first at Isa.
Isa
Malika ng puntos. Now on her 6th point.
And not stopping anytime soon. Look at that. Converting yet again. Choosing Panaga as the target for that attack. Ooh. And again, Tots Carlos getting the better of Galeries. Every time she goes for that zone 6, medyo in between zone 6 and zone 3. Identified niya na yung target na yan, yung donut hole na yan. But the Galeries Tower unable to adjust their defense pattern.
At magiging challenge to for both teams. Kung masisil ba ng Galeries Tower Highrisers ang set na to. So Maraginot. Nagrito to Eliza.
After a stellar set 1 for Eliza Valdez, she scored 5 points there right now. Hindi pa yung nadagdagan in all her attempts here in the second set. So, magandang aral yung ginawa nitong Galeries dahil they marked the top scorer of set number 1 at hindi siya nakakalusot here in set number 2. And it goes back to that discussion we had earlier on in-game adjustments. So, throughout set number 2, the lead had been with the Galeries Tower Highrisers as Creamline falls for another time.
Position drop ball, balik ulit. Okay? Relax lang tayo. Yung mga mabilis sa bola, itaas lang natin. Ang lahat mabilis Mabilis yung pasa, mabilis yung set, mabilis yung palo. Hindi pwede ganun. Pag hindi kaya sa mabilisan, mapag-pull natin sa mabagal. Go, 1 point. Malayo pa yan.
Let's go! All in! Creamline!
Back here after the timeout. Can the Creamline Cool Smashers go all in? Or will the Galeries Tower Highrisers completely dominate over set number 2? It's a very interesting game here as hindi sila neck and neck sa puntos, but when it comes to the sets here, you can see it's a very big win for the Galeries Tower Highrisers if they seal this set number 2. Carly Hernandez serving. Good save there by Imnas. Another chance here for Creamline. Eliza Valdez for the kill! And she gets it.
Yun yung sinasabi natin na kailangan nilang i-adjust yung sets nila. Kasi earlier, it was a series of low na medyo tight sets for Eliza. And having Rosel Baliton as her blocker, hirap na hirap siya. But this time, nung tinaas yung set, and it came from an offset, no? Si Gemma yung nag-set Kaya niyang angguluhan because she has that leverage in terms of elevation. So that is her 6th point already in this game.
Exactly like what you were saying, if they could make Eliza Valdez fly, just like how John Maraginot is made to fly here on their side.
And look at the Phil Sports Arena explode to the back-to-back hits of Eliza Valdez. And she clearly struggled during the earlier parts of the set, but look at her now, back-to-back hits.
Yun ang hinahanap niyang pasa.
Oo. Kasi mahirap kung naka-feed na yung set dun sa kamay ng blockers. Kahit na itong si Eliza mahihirapan.
Is it a back-to-back-to-back? Yes, it is. Now courtesy of Tots Carlos for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Tots Carlos getting creative there, maximizing the gap doon sa blockers niya. As Galeries right now calls for this time.
Ang play lang nila dulo-dulo. Ang problema, yung blockings natin hindi established. Okay? So, sa dulo, out of system naman I-close na natin tong line. As in, dumikit ka para wala nang gap. Ang hirap depensahan yan. Ngayon, if ever may gap yan, sino sweeper? Pwestuhan mo in between. Okay? O sige, pasahan natin. Tatlong spiker yan.
Ikot kasi, mapasa mo na,
sige, go.
Galeries!
As we heard Coach Lerma Giron recalibrating the girls, talking about establishing their blockings, talking about how unstoppable possibly the Creamline Cool Smashers can be kapag nag-init, kapag nakapag-regroup. It's a very big challenge for them, but still, they are still on top here by 4.
But we've seen Creamline, of course, come back from different situations. However, they cannot sleep on the Galeries Tower Highrisers. But that's exactly what Tots Carlos is doing. Keeping awake here in this match, being consistent throughout the game.
Nakakape dito si Coach si Tots Carlos. Balikan ng puntos dito for the Creamline Cool Smashers. And Nasto Ronquillo. Oh, such a good save there by Creamline. Sasagot ulit si France. Now for Jo. It's Jo's turn. Eliza Valdez is there. Now Tots will try. And she gets it.
And this is the beauty of having MV Pond inside the court. Talagang bago mo malaglagan ng bola, pagod ka na. And she is also has to credit for this point because she kept that rally in play. But Tots Carlos, man, talagang yung court sense niya today is in full display. All types of attacks and variations na gawa niya na yata in this game.
It's only set number 2 and Carlos has already produced 10 points.
So from an 8-point lead, right now it is down to 1. And that is why when you are up that big against Creamline, you need to close because we've watched them throughout different conferences and seasons. They even managed to come back from match points.
Exactly. And Mela, talking about that 8-point lead, 8 points na rin. This set number 2, si Tots Carlos. Now Julia Coronel is back here. And not as a setter, but as a spiker for Galeries Tower.
Don't look now. We are tied at 22. But Coach Lerma, I believe, will call for a challenge, reaching beyond challenge against Negrito. They had a similar challenge early on, but let's see if this time it will have the same result.
And a hefty challenge to break the momentum of the Creamline Cool Smashers who are rising from the ashes.
Ganda ng nagiging collaboration dito ng mga players, even on defense. Because Joanna Maragino at maganda rin mga binibitawang atake pero nadidepensahan itong nila Gemma Galanza. And of course, having the likes of Tots Carlos, Eliza Valdez. They haven't even activated Bea De Leon in the front line yet. So let's see if they will successfully pull off this set 2 comeback.
And they were looking for a spark here, diba? On the Creamline Cool Smashers. Ngayon, nung pumasok si Bernadette Pons, nag-iba yung rhythm ng Creamline Cool Smashers. As you can see, 10-3 run, courtesy of Creamline.
And maganda kasi yung gising nila. Hindi siya yung one person lang Talagang palitan ng puntos. But of course, a lot of the heavy lifting from Tots Carlos dahil hindi siya mahuli-huli ng blockers niya dun sa kabila. And sometimes naiiwan pa siya walang blockers. Meanwhile, here on the open side, kay Eliza, laging nakabantay itong sila Baliton. So, it is a team effort. But let's see how the character of the Galeries Tower Highrisers will be tested also here because they look stunned right now because itong ang Creamline nakahabol So it's also a good test for this young squad to come out stronger in these kinds of situations. I mean, utmost respect to them if they pull off this set number 2, talking about the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
Because again, it's a really big learning curve for them. They were actually up by 8 points kanina, but then now they are tied neck and neck for the Creamline Cool Smashers. At tuluyan pa din nagpapainit both sides of the court para hindi lumamig while waiting for this reaching beyond the net challenge by Coach Lermagedon. Still an unforgettable set number 2 here for the Galeries Tower Highrisers that had such a big lead over the champions here. Now, if I were the Galeries Tower Highrisers, Mela, What could I do? What could I capitalize on in order to stop the bleeding here from the Creamline Cool Smashers?
Well, they need to stick with their strengths, especially yung napakita nila maganda in this match. And clearly, top of mind is blocking dahil doon din bumaba yung momentum ng Creamline kanina kasi sunod-sunod yung mga block touches nila. Even just the simple deflation of the Creamline attacks eh. Kasi nakaka-counter naman sila, especially when Jimenez is in the front row. So right now, the challenge is for Joe Maraguinot to produce equally as Isa Jimenez. Right now, the players medyo nakatulong din sa kanila tong downtime na to. Kasi kanina, when Creamline was pulling off that run, mga naging blanco yung mukha itong Highrisers. But right now, they look much more relaxed. And so we're just waiting for the video. Here it comes. Let's see if there was a reaching violation.
And there is no reaching beyond violation there, as you can see.
So the point will be replayed. It's a successful challenge. Valid yung point of contact ni Marzan doon against itong si Kyle Negrito.
Medal na play yun! Medal na play yun! Ref, medal na play yun! Last question. It was a mid-play. Technically, we have to decide kung kanina yung
You can see here the Creamline Cool Smashers regrouping, keeping their cool. Will Joe Maraguinot get this? Now Eliza Valdez will answer back with a tip, and she gets it.
Great strategy and good eye from Eliza. And again, it goes back to that kanina sentiment na maganda yung pinapakulang atake nila Joe Maraguinot, but great defense displayed by Gemma Galanza, and Eliza managed to counter with that drop shot, learning from her teammate as well kasi kanina pa si Tots dyan sa middle area na yan eh.
Eliza Valdez again for the second time around.
And if you guys notice, basta itaas mo ng konti kay Eliza, she can manage to score. Taas ng porsyento niya kapag medyo mas mataas than usual C-sets yung mga nabibigay sa kanya. And 3 points already, or 2 points coming from Eliza.
4 points for Eliza Valdez. Make that 5.
And make that 3 consecutive here in the previous sequences as she blocks Julia Coronel. We talked about this on top of the coverage. Ang daming hats na sinusuot ni Coronel. He's a leader in the team. Setter, minsan spiker, but that time she was well read by Eliza.
Will they take this set number 2 right here, right now? Joe Maraguinot will try to say no, but Eliza Valdez will attempt again. Joe Maraguinot
adding a little more juice on that last hit. Kanina pa siya nadidepensahan, and this time making sure she powers through with this cross-court attack.
Pamela, labanan dito ng mga agila. Creamline Cool Smashers at set point. Franz Ronquillo serving for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Very heated set here. But another one to stop the bleeding. Andrea Marzan for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Now neck and neck, 24 all. This is what we love about the PVL.
The ladies in teal saving a set point.
Negrito set it up to Tots Carlos.
Combination play will work for Tots Carlos and go. Look at this. It's not even all power.
At nakatarget pa din siya.
Tsaka tinarget niya yung gitna ng dalawang defenders. And of course, you can expect them to collide in defense as they now are at set point.
Joe Maraginot. Atienza was there. Now it's chance for Eliza. Enoa was there. Ball is kept in play. Chance here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Eliza!
Thought Starla's playing center. And that last rally to keep Gumabo in the roster. But it is Eliza Valdez finishing things off here in the second set. It is a successful comeback after being down by as much as 8 points. And Creamline shows the champion character here in set number 2.
And if you're here in the Field Sports Arena, grabe yung goosebumps. 15-5 run there by Creamline. Now the score is 25-15, 26-24, over 40 minutes. Now we'll be back here for more intense sets here on the Pilipinas Live app.
Player highlights, we got you covered.
Back inside here, the Field Sports Arena in Pasig City, talking about the storyline of set number 2. The Galeries Tower Highrisers had the biggest lead of 8 points, 11-19. Now this is a story of redomination, especially for the Creamline Cool Smashers na humabol. Lalo na sa dulo. Let's talk about the set 2 highlights, Mela.
Well, for many, lagi sinasabi, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Pero actually, kung hindi naman kasi lahat nakaka-manage ng ganitong comeback, diba? So, clearly, how you start is also very crucial. Now, for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, they allowed, and my term is allowed because they clearly watched Creamline do their thing and make those streak of points when in fact they had the biggest lead here in set number 2. So again, it all boiled down to the character of the team. Of course, Creamline having more experience in crucial junctures like this. So they have a lot to go back to na, ay, nagawa na namin to dati. Meanwhile, ito naman Galeries Tower Highrisers. This is also character building for their young team. As we take a look at the numbers, clearly itong Galleries did better here in set number 2. 11 attacks for them compared to just 8 in set number 1. And look at the blocks. This is definitely what intimidated and shut down Creamline in almost more than half of the set, in fact. Dahil dun sa 5 blocks na yan, and a lot of those coming from Baliton. Pero at the end of that set, it was clearly the attacks of Creamline. Taas na naging porsyento nila in set number 2, 42%. And a lot of those attacks coming from Alyssa in the latter part of set number 2 to end that set.
And talking about that 9 points from Tots Carlos, 6 points from Alyssa Valdez. Again here for set number 3. Who will have the greater start, but more importantly, who will have the greater finish? We'll find out here at the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Thank you for joining us here on the Pilipinas Live app. Alexis Tinsay here together with Mela Tunay. And from the sidelines, we have Jana Ejido. That sails right through the crowd. That's a free point for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
This time, Galleries starting off with an error. It's contradictory to how they started set number 2. Kasi doon pa lang, unang puntos, umabante na sila agad at 3-0.
At sinabi nga natin kanina, napaka-interesado kapag Galeries Tower ang kalaban mo. Kasi kapag nagising sila, nag-init sila, it's going to be a neck-and-neck battle, even with the highest of teams. But BDL here will soar right through with their first point here for set number 3.
And the duo of Valdez and De Leon just closing out the doors for the Highrisers.
Pangs Panaga. Sets it to Jimenez. Chance here for Tots Carlos. Still getting that donut hole, but on the other side of the court.
You're left wondering what's in the ball that Tots Carlos touches.
Parang magnet.
Parang ayaw hawakan ng mga players eh, di ba? Kahit nandun sila sa pwesto kung saan maglaland yung bola niya, hindi nila nakukuha eh. But this time, Alyssa Valdez with the regalo. But you have to credit half that point to Pangs Panaga. Loading up on her serve, targeting Jo Maraginot. And look at that. The backswing of Alyssa. Just a thing of beauty.
Now we have a timeout here called by Coach Shannon.
Kalmahan lang natin ang Jo, kalmahan lang natin ang pasa.
Sorry.
Kaya hirap tayong makatake, wala tayong pasa.
Bawi ako pasa.
Hanggat hindi mo nakikita ang blocker mo, hindi ka makakapuntos dyan. Kung makapuntos ka man, tsambahan yan. Dapat nakikita mo blocker mo, yung gilid ng blocker mo, tulad ng ginagawa sa training ang gawin mo.
Bawi ako.
Let's go!
Let's go! Galeries!
A bit of a shake-up here for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. At babawi raw sila sa next couple of passes here. Pangs Panaga still here serving as they've had a 4-0 run. Make that a 5.
Pangs Panaga scoring off an ace, and you're gonna see some substitutions here for Coach Lerma, but Panaga sticking to the game plan, targeting Jo Maraginot, and she will be sit out right now kasi yung game plan is to eliminate her, and it works for Creamline. But right now, an error will be committed on the side of the Cool Smashers.
Jewel Encarnacion seeing first-time action here on the side of Galeries Tower Highrisers. Isa Jimenez with 6 points already for this game. A quick point here for Ronquillo. Now another story to tell. Jana Ejido, what do you have for us?
Alexis and Mela back in set 2. That 15-5 run must have been something else for the Creamline Cool Smashers, and I'm sure the fans really considered that a sweet treat. But just to add to the sweetness of that, earlier at pregame, I remember we were raving over Bea De Leon's performance as of late in recent games, being the third best blocker in the league as it stands. I found out today that in training, she's the type to do extras in those blocks, picturing them in a situation-to-situation basis. Despite being a veteran, she is still after so much improvement. This growth from BDL, they're the results of so much extra hard work. So while her team's a set away from sealing the top spot in the standings, and with this lightning start in set 3, let's see what happens, Alexis and Mela.
Thank you very much for that wonderful report, Jana. And that is checked for Jewel Encarnacion. Now going back to Bea de Leon, we love to hear that the results of her double timing in training is translating to the court. Kitang-kita natin dito sa ating laro sa PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Last time we saw Jewel Encarnacion scored a point for the Galeries Tower Highrisers as they continue to keep this ball alive. Combination play and the donut hole again is what Eliza finds after that fake. Papunta siya ng zone 3, doon papalo sa zone 4.
Classic combi there by Creamline. Well, they're serving. And Nasto Encarnacion, unsavable there by Kyle. That point, a second one indeed for Jewel on the side of Galleries.
Look at the leadership of Jewel Encarnacion. Clearly a rookie and part of the many rookies that the team had acquired during the draft, but making instant impact here. 2 points right away from her since she got injected in the game. But Ken Legrito, when we talked about instant impact, that's what she delivers here.
Gift after giftito, but we'll have a timeout.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Back inside here, the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. On your screens, my family. Enjoying the Creamline Cool Smashers against the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Shout out to my mom, my dad, and my niece, who's a fan of both teams, by the way. BDL serving here, leading the pack. Up by 4 for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Will they seal set number 3? It's still a far away here, but Gemma Galanza will attempt
3 points.
Back-to-back points for Jewel Encarnacion.
You know, the fire in her eyes is so evident. Dahil kanina in transition, talagang ganda ng pasa niya. And then of course, these attacks, very efficient for Galeries Tower Highrisers. And good for Fenem Nas to feed her as well kasi siya yung hot hands right now. But mababate on the service line. Jewel Encarnacion committing an error there.
At maganda yung pag-init niya from the sidelines when Coach Lerma called her.
But nonetheless, ganda nung naging transition in terms of reception eh. Kasi kanina talaga, heavy serves, targeting John Maragin at di nila masolusyonan.
Kaya maganda yung pagbalasa ni Coach Lerma on the side of Galleries.
And sometimes it takes one impact player to make all the difference for teams. We've seen that a lot here in the PVL. But right now, Creamline still has a 3-point lead over the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
Kyle Tutot.
What's new when it's thought?
What's new with that connection? We'll never know.
Grabe yung efficiency ni Tots Carlos here today. I mean, she's one of the most awarded players here in the PVL, multi-awarded MVP. Pero matagal-tagal natin hindi nakita eh. So talagang ngayon, nakakatuwang panoorin yung mga
sunod-sunod niya ulit na puntos.
Exactly. She's just come back and talk about 15 points. Ngayon, syempre, sasagot din si Eliza Valdez now with her 14th point for the game here in set number 3. This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
And it's always a shuffle dito sa kanilang mga wing attackers in Tots Carlos,
Jimenez. Solid block point over there.
And as I was talking about the wingers, ito naman si Panaga will contribute a kill block.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
We'll check that. It was Tots Carlos who got that kill block. Doing everything here in this match is Tots Carlos.
Magalanza in the pack up by 6. Will Bombita put an end to the bleeding? Tots Carlos will say it's a not yet for Galleries. Eliza again. Erawa was there. Ernesto Bombita yet again. Eliza. Long rally over here. Eliza for the 4th time around, and that's unsavable for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Now Eliza together with Tots on their 15th point.
Look at Negrito, namata ang pinagod. Itong si Rosel Baliton. Kasi until the last second, they wouldn't know who she's gonna set to, whether it's Carlos or Valdez. At mapapatawag ng timeout dyan si Coach Lerma. Let's listen in.
Grace, puro tumatama sa block yung palo mo. Pwede mo gamitin yung blocker dyan, oh, palabas. Oh. Kailangan natin pumuntos. Kaya kita pinasok dyan. Kailangan kasi natin ng puntos. Sila na bahala mag-receive, pumalo ka na lang. Okay? Maghanap ka ng kamay, pa-check out mo. Hindi pataas lang na re-rebound lang. Kailangan natin pumatay. Tsagayin natin yung block. Sinatsaga mo na nga yung block eh. Binitaw mo pa ng huli. Let's go!
Galeries! Talking about recalibrating the Galeries Tower Highrisers on their strength. Last set 1 and 2 ang kanilang blocking and also bombs away for Grace Bombita, who is the go-to here for Coach Lerma to magically spark and ignite the Highrisers here this set 3. Jewel Encarnacion from the back. Nandun si Gemma. At isa pang regalo there from Franks Panaga on the side of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Now they have a comfortable lead, 14-6.
And this is how we see na gising na ang Creamline here in the 3rd set because they don't want to allow what happened in the 2nd set na talagang sunod-sunod yung puntos at lamang ng Galleries. All thanks to Rosel Baliton, talking about that 2nd set where she top scored for the Highrisers.
And let's not forget to credit her as she's also on her 9th point for this game. Fenemnas setting for the Galeries Tower Highrisers in serving. Pax Panaga, ayun ang hinahanap ni Coach Lerma. Hindi lang sa atake pero depensa ni Grace Bombita.
For Grace Bombita, kilala rin natin siya sa great contributor for Coach Lerma. And ito talaga yung kapag nag-init, dire-diretso din. So, tignan natin if this playing time will be maximized by Bombita.
Exactly, it's great for her to see minutes here. Another one by Grace. Gemma sets it for Tots. Denied. Eliza Valdez. Denied again. Now balikan kay Rosel Baliton.
And the Galeries Tower Highrisers playing to their strength. This is exactly how they contained Creamline in the 2nd set to get that big of a lead. But right now, parang may addition pa nga because Bombita had been checking Tots Carlos a lot, which they did not pull off in the 1st and 2nd set. Parang nag-free spike lang si Carlos.
At the same time, Jewel Encarnacion is inside the court there instead of Jo Maraguinot. But another unanswerable cross-court there by the Phenom herself.
Free spike baka mo. Look at Eliza Valdez in transition, getting that pass and towering above the blockers. Great angle as well.
Now we have Lori Bernardo Seeing first-time action here on the side of Creamline as Bangs Panaga will take a rest. Labanan dito ng mga iska for set number 3. Galanza was there. Kyle to Tots again.
And again, the blockings of the Galeries Tower Highrisers intimidating the attackers. Kasi alam ni Tots, if she didn't go for the cross court, then magiging solid block yun. Ganda ng sarada ni Bombita at saka ni Baliton doon. So, those established blockings really force the attackers of Creamline to commit errors.
And that's how you see the Galeries Tower Highrisers halting the champions over here as they are also playing smart. Talk about that. Franz Ronquillo for Galeries.
But this time, first combination play executed by Fene Emnas. Take a look at that again. Napakagat itong si BDL dito kay Rosel Baleton. And of course, Ronquillo finding that spot.
Oh, same middle spot there that Tots Carlos has been targeting. It's an efficient choice for her. Now Creamline on top. 16-11 will be back here after the technical timeout.
Bitin na kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
SB Finance, ang BFF na malalapitan. As you can see, lovely PVL fans here in the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, tuning in here at the very tension-filled match of the Creamline Cool Smashers going against the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Na hindi bastang nag-give up. Kitang-kita mo, laban na laban. Look at the fighting spirit, the grit, the blockings, and the coverage of the Galeries Tower Highrisers, doing everything they can to halt the defending champions here in this third set. Tots Carlos, 18 points, 16 attacks, 1 block, and 1 ace for this game itself. Jewel Encarnacion.
Jewel Encarnacion, and taas ng porsyento this afternoon. I believe that's her 4th point already. And
she's
that's
only
all
seen
here in the third set. Clearly the magic bonus for Coach Lerma, but she's gonna need a lot of support from her teammates.
Rosel Baleton will take a back seat, and Carly Hernandez will enter here as she serves for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Comfortable lead of 4. Kaya bang lumaban ng Galeries? BDL says siya muna on her 6th point here for the game, and her 2nd for set number 3.
BDL breaking down the wall. 2 blocks up against her, no problem. And right now it is Eliza Valdez, 16 points already on the deck to serve.
Gemma Galanza will strike. Jewel Encarnacion will answer back. And now, grabe yung init na kamay ni Jewel. Now, she's produced 5 points over her limited minutes here in set number 3.
And it's not all power eh. Makikita mo yung focus ni Jewel kasi talagang very intentional siya every touch niya on the attack. So right now for Creamline, we're gonna see a double sub. Bea Bonafe and MG back in the game. And going back to Jewel, I feel like during the whole time she was on the bench, inaaral niya lang yung galaw ng Creamline ng first at second set. She's clearly so efficient here in the third.
Talk about efficient zone targeting by the Galeries Tower Highrisers at mababate. That's a free point for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Very comfortable lead here, 5 points.
Yeah, for sure. And it's very difficult naman on the side of Galleries to keep up kasi every time they try and go for streak of points, kaya nila pa isa-isa but they can't beat Creamline kapag ganun lang dahil itong Creamline, nakita mo naman yung streak of points nila kanina, ang laki ng hinabol.
Ang laban talaga ng Galeries dito ay ang kanilang depensa and ang kanilang bunot na si Jewel Encarnacion here.
But that time around, it will be too low for Jewel to convert. And makikita mo, siya na rin yung binabantayan eh. 2 blockers went up against her and it was MG and Bernardo.
A while ago, it was Joe Maraginot. Now, all eyes on Jewel Encarnacion on the side of Galleries.
And just
now,
as you mentioned,
nabati nga at ngayon babalik ang ating Joe Maraginot on the side of Galeries Tower Highrisers. Fully rested. Fresh legs here.
and here on the side of Creamline, as right now they're gonna get another point because of this rotational error. Going back, itong Creamline, inaabangan ko naman si Dory Bernardo because in the past conferences na si Tots Carlos ay seated out, siya naman ginawang opposite hitter and she's been so efficient. But right now, she and MG are in the front row. Bernardo as the middle.
At naman si BDL. All eyes on deck, ready to serve, ready to clinch set number 3 as well. Ernesto Carly. Beata Gemma. Gemma clinging over to the net. At nakukuha yun ni Maraginot. Fresh legs off the bench.
Maraginot this time getting the better of De Leon. Kanina pa siya napupunto sa ni Bea nung first set. And look at her targeting the cross court in between Liza and Bea. And successfully converting after being benched for a couple of rotations.
Bonafito MG. Grace Bombita firing it away, but denied here by the blockers of Creamline. Good save there by Bea. Now MG strikes. Brad Ronquillo was there. Now Ernesto Marzan, smart point there, but the ball is kept alive. Another chance for Galleries. Grace Bombita. Bea was there. Kayla Atienza to Gemma Galanza. Long rally here. Grace Bombita will try to seal the deal.
Ball still good. The longest rally of the game so far. Let's see if Gemma gets close. And finally, that familiar attack.
Money shot there on the corner pocket.
You know, clearly, let's not act like we're not seeing it. Si Gemma, she hasn't been set up a lot than usual dahil parang there's an internal thing na parang, I don't know I think the fans noticed it also a couple of games already, but we're not sure if she's nursing like a minor injury or whatnot. But that attack gives us such a good news na she's clearly okay.
Exactly. And talk about that one-handed save by Eliza Valdez just a while ago. Ball is still kept alive. Beato MG from the back. Sails too powerful. That ends it. That point goes to the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
Still a very comfortable lead. Just 4 points away from getting the win. Creamline Cool Smashers, if they win here, they are secured of the #1 seed. As right now they are tied with Petrogas na 9-1 eh. And even in the quotient, tied sila at least 26 points.
Very crucial service ace there for Andrea Marazan. Kanina ganito din yung gap ng puntos, but Creamline, in all effort, nakahabol. Let's see if the Galeries Tower Highrisers, a young team at that, can do the same. But Gemma Galanza says, not yet. I'll do it down the line here. Now just 3 points away from clinching set #3 and taking this as a sweep over the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Let's see if the Highrisers can regroup and put a halt to the Creamline Cool Smashers here via Grace Bombita. Now Gemma from the back. Jo Maraginot was there.
Great intention by NM Nash, but she cannot convert on that one.
Vargas here inside the court for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Gemma serving. Emnas to Bombita again. Vargas was there. From the back. Bombita for the second time around. MG is there. And for the third time around, Grace Bombita gets it for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Halting them point after point as Creamline is 2 points away from getting set 3. Emnas. Bonifet to Rose Vargas for the second time around. Chance here for Galeries. Grace Bombita fires away.
Grace Bombita keeping the gap between Creamline and Galeries just a bit close. They need more of that, no? They need to have that mindset na 1 point at a time, because that's exactly what Creamline displayed in set number 2. They did not mind how big the lead was. They just worked hard for every point.
Rose Vargas again.
Chance to counter. Let's see. And they managed to score up a point courtesy of Ronquillo. And don't look now, ilang puntos na lang. Malapit na rin mag 20 points itong Galeries Tower. Look at the elevation of Ronquillo.
3-0 run here for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Talk about that point-by-point defense.
And luckily for FNM, tatlo yung attackers niya sa harap. And they have the top scorer in set number 2 in Baliton in the front row.
Bombita again. Wow. What a block there by Bonafe. Smart attempt there by Lori. The ball is kept alive.
Ay, nasobrahan ng tansya. Ito si Grace Bombita.
Good attempt there for Grace Bombita, but that sails in favor for Creamline.
And we are now at match point, but the Galeries Tower Highrisers will call for yet another challenge here.
Nothing to lose, everything to gain for this challenge here in set number 3.
Block
for
touch.
the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Meron ng block touch dito.
I'm not even sure if may tawagan ng blocker. But definitely, ano na lang to, pang tuto ng momentum.
And kahit anong chance maputo lang momentum ng Creamline Cool Smashers, the Galeries Tower Highrisers are gonna take it in hopes for an extended set here. As you can see here on your screens, was there a block touch?
I think. Oh, that was a close call.
Yeah.
That was a good, that was a good challenge by Coach Lerma. But the point will remain with Creamline as we see Pao Soriano about to enter the court for Coach Sherwin, replacing Bea De Leon. And now it is a shuffle. Raffle na to kung sinong seseta ni Bea Bonafe. Between her seniors, Rose Vargas and Pao Soriano, two of the longest Cool Smashers on the team.
Emnas to Ronquillo. MG was there. Bonafeto Vargas.
Look at Eroa. That
Great
one-handed
save.
dig.
Oh! Yan ang magic bunot ng Creamline Cool Smashers, and all PVL celebration. Pao Soriano seals the deal and gets set number 3 here in favor of the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Pao Soriano with that crunchy middle hit. Very reminiscent of her peak years, but who says she's not on her peak anymore? As we take a look at that again, a roll with an excellent defense. But look at Pao Soriano, no blockers at all, and she takes advantage of that. Her teammates cheering her on, and this is a 3-set win for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Such a great way to end the set with Pao Soriano dominating over that net. Now the score is 25-15, 26-24, 25-19 in favor of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Now we'll be back after the break together with Jana Hito and the player of the game.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Back inside here, the Field Sports Arena in Pasig City. The crowd are roaring here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. 25-15, 26-24, 25-19. Talk about the long duration of set number 2. Ibang klaseng domination to. And for our player of the game who stood here in this match is together with Jana Hito.
That's right, Alexis. I am here with our player of the game, Eliza Valdez of the Creamline Cool Smashers with 16 big points coming from 15 attacks and 1 block. What a prelims this has been for you. Last game na talaga. Are you ready for qualifying rounds? But first, tell me your thoughts on the match.
Wow, I can hear myself. But hello po, gandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. First of all, I just want to thank all the fans who came here to support our game. But truly, it was a good game from both sides. But I think at the end, nag-work yung mga basics namin, and we really worked hard on our system this past few days. And thankfully, nanalo kami today.
Tell me about set 2. You were down by as much as 8 points, 15-5 run to end it. I saw so many in-game adjustments. Tell me how you got past it.
Well, Coach Sherwin, every time magta-timeout talaga siya, he was asking us to get 1 point at the time lang. And it just so happened na nagkataon na siguro the momentum was switch on our side. So, luckily, we finished it kasi syempre at the end of the day, medyo mahirap din talaga pag gandun ka sa posisyon na gano'n.
Alright, anyone you'd like to thank? Some messages for everyone? Go ahead.
Again, maraming salamat po sa mga pumunta today. Alifinity, I love you all. Sa lahat po ng mga fans, salamat. Belated happy birthday to my friend Josh Villanueva, and to my family in Batangas, Lolo, to my Lola, my parents, and PVL will be in Iloilo this weekend. So sana magkita-kita. And this weekend also may camp po ako. Maraming salamat po.
Alright, thank you so much to our player of the game, Eliza Valdez, with 16 points. Alexis and Mela?
Congratulations again to the Phenom and to the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers for taking over that match in just 3 grueling sets. Talk about the match match highlights here, Mela.
From 6 points to 16 points, we saw Eliza Valdez showed us what she's got and the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers here in this match against the Galeries Tower Highrisers. But throughout the match, it was Creamline dictating the game except for set number 2. But we saw vintage Creamline dahil sabi nga natin kanina during the coverage, they've been through so much situations. So they were down, yung opponent sila match point na, and during this match in the second set, halos 8-10 points ang lamang ng Galeries Tower Highrisers para sa kanila. But like Eliza said, they took it 1 point at a time and they successfully came back from that, from being down by so much points. And it was great teamwork by them. I mean, we haven't mentioned it a lot, but the defense of Zema and even itong si Kyla Atienza, napakalaking bagay, and that's why they managed to work on those counter-attacks. It was a collaboration between Tots Carlos and Eliza Valdez when it comes to point production. Pero i-highlight din natin yung magandang laban na binigay sa kanila nitong Galeries Tower, lalo na yung blocking sila Baliton. And overall, their fight throughout this match. We take a look at the numbers. Sa atake talaga nagkatalo dahil itong Creamline, ang dami nilang bala. 46 attack points versus 30 of Galeries Tower. Pero yung blocks dyan naman umabante. Itong Galeries, of course, to the leadership of Rosel Baliton on the net defense of the Highrisers. And syempre may mga pailan-ilan din na nag-support sa kanya dan. But the errors as well, 21 errors, almost an entire set given for free by Galeries Tower to Creamline. So at the end of the day, Creamline is the veteran experienced team. Galeries Tower, like you said, malaki pa yung learning curve. Marami pa tayong aabangan sa kanila throughout the conferences. And it's still our longest conference, so it's not goodbye for Galeries. It's just a more exciting development na aabangan natin sa kanila.
And as you said, Creamline did maintain pole position after this game. Now with the standings 10-1. Now up next we have the next led Chameleons and the Petrogas Angels. Another teams here. And they're also on the opposite ends of the spectrum. A very interesting matchup right there. The top gets to commend the efforts of Isa Jimenez of the Galeries Tower Highrisers together with the setting of Penem Nasin, of course. The invaluable tower of Rosel Baliton on the side of Galeries. But here, signing off, Alexis Tinsay at your service together with my beautiful partner, Bella Tunay, Volleyball 101, and our reporter from the sidelines, Jana Hito. We bid you a good afternoon. Don't go away when we return. It's next set against Petrogas.